Hi, friends, welcome back. In this particular lesson, we are going to talk about how to cultivate and create and design your dream mornings. This is a ritual that you can do on your yoga mat in combination with your daily yoga flow or meditation. This ritual is going to be hand picking tools that you've learned in this course that's going to help you stay emotionally regulated and therefore cultivating more inner peace. So, I'm going to give you three examples of different sessions and different dream rituals that you can do for different conditions that you're feeling. Like I said, you're going to be hand picking the tools based on your needs. The idea is to take care of all of your needs before you even leave your bedroom in the morning. You're going to take care of all of the most important spiritual practices and mental health practices before you even start your day. We're going to be preventative about this and we're going to chip away at it every single day. So, for the first example, I want you to imagine that you wake up and you're feeling angry and angsty. You've had an interpersonal response with someone that just didn't sit well with you and it's ruminating in your head. You might pick one somatic hold, one breath work, one movement, and one healing tool such as affirmations or shaking the body or hand mudras, for example. So, what you're going to do is imagine you're angry. I think that if I were angry, from what I've learned in this course, I'd like to do a hold on the sides of my head. So, I might start my morning just by holding the sides of my head for 2 to 3 minutes. Stay with the practice that you choose. If you choose a hold, do it for a few minutes. Go hard. You're only on the mat for 10 minutes doing this morning ritual, so I want you to really commit to each tool that you use. If I was feeling angsty or angry, I might want to do Ujjayi breath, which is where you constrict the back of the throat. You can do this with the belly rising and falling. So the reason I'm choosing this breath is it's very activating. It kind of almost brings up that fire and that anger and it releases it. It's very purifying and it helps cleanse your body. The next thing that I might choose if I was feeling angry or angsty is I might pick an affirmation, for example, that's like, all things benefit and prosper me now. Everything and everyone prospers me now. I am worthy of inner peace. Everything I do leads to peace. Things like that. So, picking an affirmation from a long list that you're going to be provided, I want you to find an affirmation that makes you feel like it's hitting your issue at its core and speak it out loud for a couple minutes. Remember, use the affirmation as a diagnostic tool. So, say the affirmation and then hear it and see how it feels when you say it out loud. If I was feeling angsty or anxious, I kind of just shook my body. I might do some twists. I might do some yogic twists where I'm exhaling deeply and twisting. This is more cleansing out of that negative energy, cleansing out. I might shake my body. Whatever tool that you choose for your movement practice, do it solid for 2 to 3 minutes and don't give up. All right, so the second protocol that I'm going to talk to you about is if you're feeling anxiety or stress. If you're feeling general anxiety or stress or like you're busy, there's a fun quote. It's like, if you have time to meditate, meditate for an hour. If you don't have time to meditate, meditate for 2 hours. And this is sort of a fun little anecdote to, if you're busy, you're going to need to spend a little bit more time cultivating that peace. So take 10 minutes. And if you're feeling anxious or stressed, you might want to sit on your mat and start with a heart hold or an eye hold or the hug. So any kind of deep hold, holding it for 2 to 3 minutes, really calms the nervous system down. So just remember, if you're feeling anxious up here, you want to do things to bring yourself down, like holds. All right, so the next breath that I might do if I'm feeling anxious or stressed is the pranayama breath, alternate nostril breathing. That's a really good one to get you really relaxed and centered. And as you know, you touch the third eye. Inhale through one side. Exhale through the other. Inhale through that same side. Exhale through the other. So you're exhaling and inhaling, switch, exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale. This is such a wonderful centering, calming breath that you can do anytime. The next thing that I might do if I'm feeling stressed or anxious is I might chant mantra actually. So you guys in this module are going to get a list of Sanskrit mantras. You're also going to hear from my friend Narayan, who holds a very strong devotional practice every day. Chanting can be a very powerful way of calming the mind because you're repeating the same phrase over and over. And if it's in another language, even, you might not even know what you're saying. It's just like a really great way to get things moving through your system. And it is self care and inner peace on a whole nother level. You can clear lifetimes worth of, karmic baggage and stress through mantra. So I might do some kind of mantra or chanting, saying an affirmation really powerfully and methodically, and that is going to bring me into a space of like trance. And when you can do that with yourself, then it can get you into a place where you are feeling very calm. Your nervous system is like pure and cleansed. And I really want you guys to all experience that. So when you see that PDF, download it, practice speaking those things out loud, and maybe try to weave it into your daily practice. I also might do some kind of movement if I'm feeling stressed or anxious that's going to calm me down. So, for example, I might do that Qigong warm up. So, you raise the back of the hands and lift onto your toes, and then you exhale as you bring your hands down. And this really warms up the back of the wrists, the hands. It gets those chakras in the hands going. You can really open up the whole back body and the front body. It's just a really nice meridian flow, and it gets all the chi moving. Something I like to do after I open up all of my meridians with that Qigong is I like to take my hands and I like to place them over a place where I might be having pain or issues. So if you're feeling stressed and you're feeling heartache, you might want to just hold your heart after you do that particular movement. So, like I mentioned, you're going to be doing different breath work, different holds, different healing tools like chanting mantras, and then you can do different movement and just direct energy to a place in your body that needs it. My last example is going to be of someone who might feel shut down, tired, depressed, or dissociating. If you feel numbness, if you feel like you want to reach for a bottle of alcohol in the evenings to calm down, or you're really relying on stimulants during the day to wake you up, I want you guys to tune in to these really wonderfully charging breathworks, movements, and somatic holds that you can do that are going to wake you up and give you energy. So if I was feeling depressed or low vibration, I might start my day by tapping all over the body. So you can take your fingertips, tapping all over the head, tapping all over the arms, the torso, the legs. This is a really good way to wake up your entire body. After you do that for 2 to 3 minutes, you sit and you feel all the energy moving in your skin, all the energy moving in your body. It's an amazing way to wake yourself up and get yourself out of that hypoarousal state. The next thing that I might do is breath of fire. Breath of fire is a really great way to just wake yourself up. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a snapping of the diaphragm. So you're going to be snapping the diaphragm and exhaling powerfully. The inhale happens naturally. You can have your thumbs like this, put them above your head, and it sounds like this. Notice that I'm exhale, 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 exhale. I'm not inhaling. I'm just exhaling, and the inhale happens naturally. All right, so practicing that breath of fire for a few minutes is going to make you feel alert and awake and like you're not dragging yourself to the coffee pot each morning. The next thing I might do if I'm feeling depressed or numb, I might actually do a little bit of tapping on the chest with an affirmation that is something like, I'm worthy of having all of my life force energy. I'm worthy of feeling energized. I'm worthy of having all of my life force energy. Life gives me energy. Things like that. As you know, affirmations can be a light shining on areas that you need work on. And it can also be true for you as you speak that affirmation, it strengthens and validates that belief system and makes it even stronger. If I was feeling depressed and anxious, I might do all over body shaking. This is super powerful. So just jumping in place, jump, 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 or just shake. Just rev like an engine, a low rev, bending the knees, bending at all the joints, and just letting yourself rev at that low rev is really powerful because it kind of stimulates all the cells in your body and it wakes you up. So are you starting to see how these dream mornings can be designed? These are not meditations. These are not EFT sessions. These are rituals that you can do every single day that help you stay in your window of tolerance. So if you're feeling low, do things that are going to bring you up. If you're feeling stressed out, do things that bring you a little bit more balanced. The idea is to have preventative measures that we take that are going to chip away at our mental health and our stress levels and our inner peace. We want to do these before we go out into the world and then something happens and then we collapse and then we crawl back to our altar and we do these to mend. We want to actually do them as maintenance ahead of time so we can strengthen ourselves and become more tolerant. Does that make sense? So I'm going to give you a couple tips on how to create a healing space in your home now. This sacred space can be created by closing the door, closing a window or a curtain, getting a blanket or a sweater. You're going to also be collecting healing tools. Maybe you already have been doing that in your life. A meditation pillow, maybe a crystal, a powerful essential oil that you like. I also like to, on my altar, have a picture of someone that creates a sense of calm or a inspiration. Maybe it's a mentor or a teacher. You can also have a vision board on your altar that's going to keep you focused on feeling like you have the things that you want. Have them and feel it now. So these are just a few ways that you can create an altar space which support you in sitting and having a practice every day. Maybe even have a glass of water and your daily vitamins at your altar so you know that you're going to return there every day. What you're going to do in this module is you're going to learn about incentives of why you do want to keep a daily practice and how it can feel really good and how you can continually learn. And there's so many benefits to having a daily practice. You can bring in things to your life that you really want to instill, like peace and calm and nervous system reprogramming. But as you're in your meditation, as you're in your ritual, you also might be receiving messages like, oh, my hips are really tight. I need to do a hip opening stretch. Or, hey, I'm not feeling satisfied in my life, in my career area. I really need to change that. Or you sit down to meditate and you're like, I need to vacuum or clean my house. You're going to be getting these kinds of messages that could be seen as distractions. And you can also just take them in the healing lens of that's information for me. That's the message I'm getting. That's next in line to be loved. So if you're getting distracted by various things while you're trying to sit and do your rituals every day, just take it in the healing lens in the sense that you're not overcome by distraction. You're getting messages of what is next in line to be loved. Do you see the difference? So let's try to keep that focus, single focus on doing your hand-picked tools for 10 minutes every single day. And anything that tries to get in the way of you doing that is just next in line to be loved. Okay, so as you guys know that if you have chronic stuff going on, we're talking long-standing self-image issues, long-standing self-love stuff. If you have financial mental blocks and different limiting beliefs around that, this daily practice is really good for these chronic issues. If you're having acute issues like frustration, you got in a fight with someone, you have a lack of power in a certain area, I would implement an EFT session. You have all the tools that you need to do an EFT session. You've got the intake sheet, you've got the session progression, you are well on your way to charting all of the EFT sessions that you do and seeing the progress through that SUDS tracker. You know how to use healing lenses when you feel a little bit of an opening. You know how to use affirmations. You know how to look for the payoff of the pain. You are well on your way. Do those EFT sessions when you're feeling like you want to receive power and peace in the moment. I want to point out one pitfall that can happen when you're sitting down to do your dream mornings. You might sit down and again, you might feel, oh, I've got knee pain, or you might be looking in the mirror and like pinching your belly fat, or you might be looking out the window and watching the weather and letting your mind get distracted. You might find that at first it's really hard to sit for 10 minutes and do breath work, movement, mudras, somatic holds, affirmations. You might find that the 10-minute alarm goes off and you haven't really done that much that you planned on doing. Start the next day again. 10-minute timer, set it, do your best, keep going every single day for 10 minutes. Eventually, you're going to find that you have a 10-minute practice in the morning that you're really proud of. You focused, you went all out, you shook your body for 3 straight minutes. You did breath work for 3 straight minutes. You said affirmations for 3 minutes, and you did a somatic hold for 3 minutes. You might find that you're walking around and you're like, I have a morning practice and I feel very at peace. I have a morning practice that I do every single day and my head is totally clear. You're going to go about your business and you're going to be feeling really peaceful and it's almost anticlimactic when you have inner peace. It's like, oh, there's like no drama. There's nothing to fixate on. It's very peaceful. You feel very complete. So I hope that you all find that peace. I hope that you cultivate it either in an EFT session or in a dream practice. I look forward to seeing you all in the upcoming lessons in this last module together. You're going to be learning affirmations, and don't forget you have a bonus course all about the power of aromatherapy and reflexology to address your emotional and physical pain in a very organized way. I cannot wait to spend this last couple weeks with you all. I've been enjoying so much teaching you all of these things so close to my heart. If you want to see what it feels like to have an EFT session with a coach, you can always reach out to me and we can have a one-on-one session. Of course, you have one free one-on-one session, so take advantage of that in this first month. Otherwise, you can schedule with me through kategoldempowerment.com. And when you're ready, I'll see you all in the next lesson. Bye for now.